Welcome back to Sports Extra, and now we move on to some further segments. Of course, we start off first of all once again with volleyball, and then we'll be moving on to the FIFA Club World Cup as well. Joining us in studios is sports expert Saeed. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well aware. So first of all, how excited and happy are you that Pakistan has reached the final of the Nations Volleyball Cup?
First of all, congratulations to the Pakistan, and even you. The excitement, I would say, because I was the one who texted you first time, and that Pakistan are competing a strong side against Qatar. The way Pakistan, if you just talk about the whole tournament, because Pakistan was underdog in this tournament, no one expected Pakistan to outclass one of the toughest team, that was Qatar. Because if you remember, Qatar were the defending champions, and if you talk about the Asian region, I mean, Qatar are way stronger than Pakistan. The biggest exciting thing for me about Qatar was that listening to the commentators, that the whole Qatar team did not belong from the Qatari. I mean, they weren't called Qatari because, I mean, they are the players who represent different countries. So Qatar has given them the citizen to represent them in the volleyball. So that's the investment I'm talking about, that Pakistan needs to look on, I mean, after the players. Because if you talk about the volleyball players, without many support, I would say they have done the 100%. If you talk about Murad, if you talk about the other players, Rehan, I mean, they have been superb. The way he led the team yesterday, I told you, because Pakistan were not favorites to win the tournament, and at last you see Pakistan getting into the finals. Finals will be played today, so everyone has an eye on it, and good to watch that you had a good crowd in Qatar for Pakistan support. That's what I would say, that I know we do speak a lot about cricket because everyone knows cricket, everyone speaks about cricket, but this is the sports where Pakistan players have been performing with a brilliant performance, I would say. I know with limited resources, they have been doing a superb job. Now it's time, I would say, that the revival of sports needs to be looked after, because these are the ones who are representing Pakistan and are making Pakistan proud.
Well, Abbas, it's very important to gauge the popularity of volleyball in this country as well. It's a very popular sport, despite the lack of resources and setbacks. As you mentioned, that this team has done very well, even in previous tournaments as well. The federation on their end have done their part. They brought the Australian team to play a series as well. So, you know, despite whatever setbacks that they've had, they've only looked forward. And I think that tells us that a lot of talent only needs to be harnessed by putting in finances, building a strong infrastructure.
I remember, Ahmad, before the Australia series, I mean, where we outclassed them with 3-0, if I'm not wrong. Before that, if you remember, there was a South Asian Volleyball Championship where Pakistan outclassed everyone. I mean, that actually gained the momentum of crowd to come into and watch that volleyball tournament, because even you and me, we had taken the interview of the ex-coach of Pakistan, the Brazilian coach. He was doing a superb job. Even I would say, the president of Volleyball Association was there to look after the every, I would say, circumstances that the crowd will be there to support Pakistan team, and they had done a great job, I would say. Because I remember when Australia versus Pakistan series was going on in Sports Complex, and on the other hand, there was a camp going on of Pakistan national team against Saudi Arabia. They had to play a World Cup qualifiers. So the most of the crowd was going there to watch that. And even I remember I was talking to some of the few coaches of Pakistan national football team, and they said that we want to go and watch that match because Australia is playing against Pakistan. So in our local language about volleyball, what we call is jutki in our local language. If you just talk about volleyball, in our town areas, even in the villages, you see nets over there. The boys and girls, they play volleyball. Even in school, you can see volleyball being played. I mean, so it has everything. It's just the right platform, I would say, because still, I know these guys have performed really well, but still there are many areas, I would say, in Pakistan specifically, where doors need to be open for the volleyball players, but it is still shut on. I mean, they need to open it. You can have the backup players, but again, we need to understand the league of volleyball is very important in Pakistan to groom the players, I mean, the upcoming players, because these players, especially who represent Pakistan, you know, Murad or Rehan, I mean, they go out to the different countries. I mean, someone is playing in Turkey, some are playing in Korea. They play the leagues over there. So that needs to be carried on here in Pakistan. But one thing, Pakistan volleyball, I would say, looks in a good future.
Absolutely. To discuss further on this, we've been joined by the coach of the Pakistan volleyball team on the youth side as well, Saeed Ahmad Khan Saba. Assalamu alaikum, Saeed Saab. Welcome to Sports Extra.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you very much, brother.
Right, Saeed Saab, a historic moment now. All the nation is praying and they're ready for the final against the home side, Bahrain. How would you define the great victory we've gotten in the semi-final against a very strong team like Qatar?
Thanks Almighty Allah, we are in the final, and now the match between Pakistan and Bahrain. Obviously, this is a very tough time, and the Bahrain team have advantage a little bit as a crowd. But at technically and tactically sides, Pakistani spikers, especially in serve and block system and transition systems, are very good. And my prediction is that if the Pakistani side will do better service and disturb the receptions of the opponents, inshallah, will better in sets. So the coach should be while I am talking with the coach of our foreign coach, Mr. Abdul Rahman. He told me that we can make a plan against this because Pakistan and Bahrain to never lose any match in this competition. So two teams strong, Bahrain and Pakistan, as statistically Pakistan much better than Bahrain because Pakistan has very good height, very good block ability, and very good server. As compared Bahrain teams, they're little small, but their setters much better than Pakistan as compared to Pakistan. So, inshallah, Pakistan team will do better, and you will see the result is different.
Well, certainly, Saeed Saab, throughout this tournament, Pakistan has played some very tough matches. In one match, they have been 2 sets down, but they still managed to make a comeback. So how would you define, obviously we're talking about the tactical genius of the Pakistan team right now, but how strong have they been mentally in this tournament, and what does this tell us for the future?
Yes, obviously, they faced difficulties in the first additional matches. But as compared to Bahrain team are very well balanced. But in Pakistan side, in my point of view, our middle blockers, as compared Bahrain middle blockers, much better because our middle blockers so strong. Their reaction time and their the system of the block in position 2 and position 4 are very good. Because if we did good reception, our setter and our attackers cannot be catch any in opponent side.
Well, certainly, Syed Saab, once again, congratulations to you and everybody part of the Pakistan Volleyball Federation, and of course, we're very hopeful, inshallah, for the final.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. And that was, of course, Syed Ahmed Khan Saab, who's part of the Volleyball Federation as well. Abbas, we've heard it from him as well. Pakistan has had some very tough matches. So mentally, the boys you were mentioning as well, they're very strong mentally.
If you just, because like I told you, Pakistan was underdog in this tournament, and I remember in this tournament specifically when Pakistan were playing yesterday against Qatar. So if we just talk about the match start, when the commentators were speaking on it, they said Pakistan were the underdogs. They were never favorites to clinch the title or get themselves into the final stage, because it was a major tournament for Pakistan. Because if you just go through the ranking of Pakistan, so Pakistan is around 39 or 40 in the Asian ranking I'm talking about, in the world ranking, sorry, I'm talking about. So it was a crucial point for Pakistan. But if you just watch out the 3 sets what Pakistan won yesterday, never saw Pakistan into a panic situation. Pakistan were more energetic than Qatar. The thinking process was brilliant. Especially, I would say the captain led the team very well. I remember in the 3rd set where Pakistan was dominating in the last, I would say, when Pakistan was almost was on to a win on the 23 points. So 2 to 3 balls were gone wrong. I mean, not in favor of Pakistan. So that desperation was there, that what will happen, because everyone was excited to watch what Pakistan will do over here. But again, the Pakistan turned the tables down, because I could look on the Qatar face, because Qatar was the defending champion. Pakistan outclassed them, and no one knew that, because everyone, I'm telling you, in the volleyball world has been speaking that Pakistan dominated in this tournament very well. I hope, inshallah, we have a positive result over here today, because we got a final and we have a crowd over here. One thing about the sports thing, we do speak about every program, we speak about cricket, but Ahmed bhai, if you talk about other sports of Pakistan like hockey, alhamdulillah, we qualified for the finals. Unfortunately, we didn't win the finals. We talk about volleyball, our team qualified for the finals. Same if you go through the other sports. I was just going on and just reading the rugby, I mean, team of Pakistan. They play Division 2 of Pakistan. That's basically it's one of the divisions lesser than the World Cup, where you have Argentina, you have got New Zealand playing up. Pakistan is so brilliant in rugby too, but it's unfortunate, due to lack of interest, due to lack of sponsorship, they did not go to play the Division 2. They have relegated to Division 3 now. So that's the thing where I say it's a sports revival year. We need to revive the sports, and we need to look after this. There are some people individually, I would say, who are doing the best for Pakistan, and they are the ones, even us as a sports analyst, sports anchor, we need to mention their name, I mean, because they are the ones who are the real heroes of Pakistan with limited resources.
Abbas, you have a lot of experience working, on the grassroots levels, and at the same time, you do a lot of, philanthropic work as well, where you're looking after these underprivileged segments as well. One thing is for sure that volleyball is very, very popular. It doesn't see any stature or class. It's being played on the grassroots levels, in suburbs, in slums, wherever you go. There is definitely 1 or 2 games of volleyball being played. Now the fact remains that what kind of pathway can we develop for those players?
Ahmad bhai, in easy language, if I say about volleyball, and if you speak about the grassroots level, if you speak about the slum areas or the underprivileged community, and you speak about volleyball, a sports, if you talk about 3 or 4 sports over there, one is cricket, one is football, one you can say can be kabaddi, and third can be volleyball. I'm talking about the underprivileged community. What they speak about volleyball is that in our local language, they say it's ye gareebon ka khel hai. Why? Because you just have one ball, you can have a net, and you can just get on the players to play on. And I told you, like, if you just talk about, this is an international level, if you talk about the level at village level, or if you talk about the district level, you have got very brilliant tournaments being played, but it is just the right pathway, I would say, because that players don't get the right pathway. It's unfortunate to say that even your sports complexes or the facilities where you can groom yourself into the academies, I would say there are hardly, I would say, just 3 or 4 academies, or might be 3 academies in Pakistan who are working for the volleyball players. You don't see many academies for them. That's the point where players actually just play on the slum areas for fun or for the evening activity, and that's it. They don't take it much serious as a profession. We need to change that mindset over here. Like I told you, see, league system has changed whole the dynamic of sporting world. I mean, you need to think about it, because there was a news, I remember last year, that Pakistan volleyball might have a league in Pakistan, but unfortunately I don't know what is the update of it, because if you talk about Pakistan dominating in the volleyball right now, the way we won against Qatar, everyone would be having an eye on the Pakistani players, that they can be caught for the different leagues playing in the world. So why can't we have our league? I mean, that would obviously groom these players, that would obviously groom the players who are from the underprivileged, because if you talk about a captain too, I mean, he does not belong from I would say a well-known area. I mean, he belongs to a underprivileged community. So it is the time that we groom these players and get them to the Pakistan volleyball team.
Well, certainly, but the fact still remains that the final is tonight. All of us are supporting the Pakistan team, and we're very excited and very hopeful, inshallah, that Pakistan is going to beat host Bahrain in the final and clinch this title, and they surely deserve a hero's welcome wherever the results might go.